This movie will explain how to install and configure the online backup client. The online backup client makes backups of your important files and application data. Installation is very simple. First of all, you need a backup account, which you can obtain from your online backup provider. This account contains a username and a password. Once you have this account, you can download the online backup client software. Please start the downloaded setup. You will see an introduction screen, which prompts you to select your language. In this case, we will select the English language. The remaining part of this setup is straightforward. Please read the End User License Agreement carefully and click on the I accept the agreement radio button and then Next. Now you can select where the setup will install the online backup client software. In most cases, the presented default path will do, so you can click Next. The setup will then prompt you for a Start menu path to create the program shortcut menu. Also in this case, the presented default path will do, so you can click Next. Now you get two options. You can choose to create a shortcut on your desktop, and you can choose to install this application for all users or current user. We recommend you install this application for all users. Click Next and then Install to continue the setup. The setup will now install the online backup client. Once the installation is finished, you can immediately start the program to configure your first backup task. Click Finish to complete the setup. Now, the online backup client will start. You will see a pop-up window in the bottom of the screen, which shows that the software is initializing. The registration wizard will show. This wizard will help you to configure your online backup client. Click Next to start this wizard. As a first step, you need to fill in your username and password, which you obtained from your online backup provider. In this step, our software will also register the computer you are backing up. Fill in your username and password and click Next. If the password is wrong, a pop-up will warn you about this. You cannot continue until you fill in the right password. Click on Forgot your password to obtain your password in your registered email address. The next step is to think of a passphrase which will serve as your encryption key. With this key, the online backup client will encrypt all data before uploading it to the data center. It is very important to remember your key, since without it, restoring data will be impossible. Please fill in a passphrase which is easy to remember and confirm it. Also, we highly recommend you to fill in your reminder. This can be a simple question like, what is the name of my dog? Now click Next and the online backup client will store a one-way hash of your key, so next time we can check if you filled in the correct key, but we cannot tell which key it is. Now the registration process is finished and you can continue by clicking Finish. Optionally, you can immediately continue to configure your first backup task. Our backup wizard will be started by default after you've finished the registration wizard. Click Next to start the backup wizard. The first step in the wizard is to think of a name and description for your backup task. Fill in a name and a good description. After this is done, you can pick the data you want to back up. You can make a simple selection, such as Desktop or My Documents and Settings. Also, we can detect your Outlook data. In this case, we select Let me choose what to back up. This will show an Explorer style dialog. In this dialog, you can browse to the folder that contain your important files. We go to C/data and select this folder. The next step is to define a schedule for this task. I want to make this backup just before I leave the office, so I leave it to be daily and set the time to 5:30. Click Next and then Finish to finish this backup wizard. Now the data folder will be backed up on a daily basis at 5:30. Now you will see the actual basic view of the online backup client. This view will show you if your backups are okay. Since the first backup did not run yet, the status of the backup is set to unknown. Once your backup has been uploaded successfully, the online backup client will show green and will state that it is working without problems.